Yeah, good morning again. I think it was suddenly it just went off. Um, Never mind. I
How?
think I just take it as a message that no need to talk about that, and let's get back to what we came here for. So today
Mhm.
morning, I was getting a lot of insight about the power of three, the number three. There are so many things in life which are associated like with an equilateral triangle.
Mhm.
For example, victim, victimizer, rescuer. There's a victim, there's a victimizer, and there's a rescuer. And then, but it's a equilateral triangle. As long as you're being a victim, you will need a victimizer and you will need a rescuer also. And a victimizer needs a victim and a rescuer too. And same way, rescuer needs victims and victimizers,
Yes, true.
right? If there are no victims, no victimizers, what will a rescuer do, right? So this uh, it's a conversation that I've had in many classes, like in hypnotherapy, in radical healing, in you know this thing, access consciousness also. But as long as we are in this three, we are not able to come out of any of this. Okay, mother, father, child.
Okay.
Mother, father, child is also another triangle. As long as we remain in this loop, we will never able to come out as us. Okay, like
Mhm.
for example, Gunjan, Gunjan's mom, Gunjan's papa. And if you're living under that shadow, then Gunjan will never be able to be Gunjan,
Mm.
right? Similarly, victim, victimizer, rescuer. If you're living any of this, you're never going to be able to be you without these labels. So there are so many things which have this three, okay? Like so many things. And most of us are not even aware that we are living in this triangle, okay? And then we don't even strive to come out of this triangle unless life pushes us to it, unless this becomes too much to handle.
True.
Okay, unless we realize that the role of a parent, mother or father, whether they are good in the sense, I wouldn't even say good or bad, whether they are supportive or oppositive. Usually parents are either supportive or they're oppositive, है ना? They're not good or bad. All parents are good, given,
Yeah.
because they gave birth to you. Simple. They're taking care of your needs. They're good. Okay. So uh, as long as we don't come out of what we love about them and what we hate about them, the mother and the father, we will never be able to figure out what we love about ourselves and what we hate about ourselves, because we are still living in the this.
Zone.
Yeah. What's great about my mom, what's not so great about my mom. What's great about my dad, what's not so great about my dad. I don't know what's great about me. I know these two because these were my primary caretakers. And I could never look beyond them. And that is why beyond them, in the sense, even if I'm looking at myself as this is good about me, this is not so good about me, I'm looking at from the judgments of these two,
Mhm.
uh, in comparison with these two, right? Oh, I'm not as great as my mother, or I'm not as this as my father, as disciplined as my father. I'm not as devoted as my mother, right? Uh, and if I say I'm devoted, I'll say it is because of my mother. If I say I'm disciplined, I will say it is because of my father, right? But we never come out of that space of I am this and I'm that. And I'm not this and I'm not that. Because we have, this is not just conditioning. This is natural. Because when you're born as a child, the first people you see are your mother and your father. Some people lose the parent and some people have both parents, whatever. Now, these two individuals have their own dynamics. The mother to the father and the father to the mother is their dynamic. It is not the child's dynamic. But what does the child do? Gets entangled in this dynamic. And when the child gets entangled in this dynamic, the child is either trying to fulfill this person's needs or this person's needs. Or sometimes both people's needs. Okay? In trying to fulfill this person and this person's needs, the child is never be able to recognize what are my needs to begin with. Okay? Then when the child grows up and becomes like a teenager and all, now the child is realizing, oh, I need this, I need that. And the people whom the child looks up to is the parent. That okay, mama, I need this, papa, I need this, okay. Dad, I need this, mom, I need this. And if the parent has that to give, the parent will give. Okay. For example, if I ask papa, I want money, and if my papa has money, he'll give me the money. If I say, ma, I want a nice dress, so if she has a nice dress, she will give me the nice dress. Or if I tell her I want to eat this dish, so if she knows how to cook well, she will cook that. The things that we ask for, which they don't have, that they cannot give, are those things that we think we can never get. Okay. For example, if I ask my mom, I need your time, okay, and she doesn't have time. From morning till night, she's busy taking care of everybody and big family and puja part and this and that. So she doesn't have time. She can't give that to me. Or if I ask my dad that I want to be appreciated, I'm just giving an example. It's actually the other way around. But so I want to be appreciated. If he was never appreciated, he doesn't know how to appreciate. So he can't give me that. Now I will grow up thinking that I can never get time and appreciation. Okay, because either of my parents didn't have that to give. Now it's brilliant, this plot, this triangle. All my life, I will work to get the appreciation and time from my friends, from my whoever come in my life, husband, partner, children, friends, lover, etc., etc. So what I will always be looking for, the child in me always will be looking for that which I didn't get. And then I will get it. Okay? I will get it because I'll work hard to get it. Okay? And we've all been trained you have to work hard to get things that you want. So I'll work hard, I'll get that. I'll get that appreciation, I'll get that time. Lot of friends I'll make who'll give me a lot of time. Lot of friends I'll make or a lot of people I'll meet, I'll do some good work and people will appreciate it. So I got that. As per Dr. Yuvraj, my hypnotherapy teacher, that's a subject called, which he used to teach, which I have learned from him. Emotional genetics. In emotional genetics, he talks a lot, elaborate about it. It's not just this much. So he says, for example, if X is what you didn't get from your mother or your father, or from both, You will strive your entire life to get X, and you'll start getting 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, 1000x. Okay? And you'll keep getting that. But you'll never be happy because you didn't get it here from whom you wanted it, from your mother or your father. Okay? So the child is still waiting here for what he or she thought he didn't get. But what he didn't know then was they didn't have that to give. उनके पास था ही नहीं देने. अब he's continuously growing up thinking, how much ever I get it, but oh, I didn't get it from here, which means I don't have it. So even after having like 100,000 X, he'll think I don't have X because that child is still in the same state of mind. Now, here comes the therapy of it. Of course, there's a bigger therapy, but this is the awareness. I'm just sharing information. Now, here comes a time when there is this universal parent, which is the God, which has created your mother, your father, you, and everybody else in the universe. Now, if I am that universal parent, I'm just hypothetical. If I'm that universal parent and I'm watching, ki ha, there's Kiran, there's Kiran's mother, Kiran's father. Kiran didn't get X from the mother, X from the father, and she's working very hard to get this X, X. But she's all the time thinking that, oh, my mother didn't give me this, my father didn't give me this. And she's never appreciative. She is not appreciating what she didn't get, she's not giving.
Vice versa.
Right? If she didn't get time, she's not giving time to the parents anymore. Okay. So now these two things, she's also not giving. They any which ways didn't get it from anybody, and they're not getting it from the child also. Okay. That story continues in their reality. That's the way it is. Okay. This universal parent is telling that, okay, your mother didn't give you time, or the other way around, but she gave you food, she gave you good clothes. Okay. So your mother didn't give you time, she gave you food, she gave you clothes, she gave you, the power of devotion, she gave you this, she gave you that. Only thing she didn't give you is appreciation. She didn't have that. Nobody appreciated her. She doesn't know how to appreciate. Other way around, your father didn't give you time, but your father gave you money, your father took you places, your father had fun with you, your father was a fun-loving person. Your father gave you the pride about, he being with you. So now they gave Y, and 5Y, 6Y, 10Y, whatever, Y. They didn't give X. The universal parent out there is telling that as long as you keep that X has become your driving force, you want to achieve that X somehow, because that is what you think you didn't get. But you overlooked the Y completely. They gave you the Y. So till you reach a point where you recognize this and you first go and say, thank you, Ma, for giving me Y. Thank you, Papa, for giving me Y. And it's okay you didn't give me X because you didn't have X. It's okay you didn't give me X because you didn't even know how to give X. And I'm still grateful to you for all the Y that you gave. And thankfully, you gave me this gift of life, and I created in me the ability to create X in my life, 1,000X in my life. And that is thanks to your not giving me that I was working to create this in my life. So everything that I received, the X and the Y, is thanks to you. Because you supported and because you opposed. Because you gave and you didn't give. Because you were a certain way and you were not a certain way. Now, when that internal gratitude comes, then you will have this 1000x and you will be happy as well. Because suddenly now this is aha, this is eureka, right? Oh, I just got it. What my mom didn't give, she didn't have. What my dad didn't give, he didn't have. So they didn't give. Now that I have got this much of this, I can go give it to them. What they didn't get from anybody. I can take out time for them. I can go and appreciate them. So that they will realize, oh, this also exists in my universe. There are people who appreciate me. There are people who want to give time to me. Now, suddenly, you become a gift. They were already a gift. They already gave birth to you. They gave this gift of life to you. Now you become a gift. And that is when the success and the happiness, the fulfillment and the content, everything that we strive to achieve is just there. It becomes a part of your life. Then there is no striving. You are anyways good. You will keep creating X. You will create. You already have Y from them. So Y and X and Z, X, Y, Z. Now there is another tangent to who you are. Now you become a completely a different person who is beyond the X and the Y and is capable of giving Z, you know, and is now having X, Y, Z, all of it. Now this, when I had learned this like way, way, way back in, I think 2012, okay, I literally, after that particular session where Yuvraj taught us this, I called my mom and I said that, yeah, you didn't give me this. And I still crave for that from you. Yet you gave me this, and I'm grateful for that. And then I called my dad and I said, yeah, you didn't give me this, but you gave me this, and I'm grateful for that. And dad, I love you. Which I think nobody told them ever because they didn't know how to receive that. So they were like, they didn't even know how to reciprocate or respond or react. They just listened at that time. Now, slowly, gradually, when I started doing more of this, they started reciprocating. Now, if I say I love you, my mom writes I love you, which she has never written. She doesn't even know how to say I love you. Okay. Now, now today, like after that many years, she calls me and she says, "तू बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है." She heard my YouTube Soul's Temple, and she heard me talking about that one of the episodes where Prema Auntie and her and the comparison between her and Prema Auntie. But she didn't feel offended. She just said, "नहीं, लेकिन I was hearing the people who were telling what changed for them with your calls." And she's telling me that बंधु बहुत सारा आशीर्वाद है, तू बहुत अच्छा काम कर, तू बस काम करती रहे, तेरे को कुछ चाहिए तो मेरे को बताना, तेरे को पैसे चाहिए, ये सब काम के लिए तेरे को पैसे तो नहीं मिल रहे, तो मैं पैसे भेज देती हूँ. Now, you know, that day was this A to Z moment, which any child is always waiting for, right? But sometimes we make it too late to be able to do this to them. Like now, this child who lost the parent, she was crying. I didn't tell my father, he gave me so much. I didn't tell my father, he was always there for me. And so many things I didn't tell my father. Okay, if they are no more, tell it. Sit in front of their photograph or whatever and tell them now. They will listen. They are there in the spirit form. And if they are alive, go and tell them. Make a call and tell them. Don't wait for that day to come when you will regret that you didn't tell them. You didn't do this. Okay? What is the age of your parent doesn't matter. It is about you, the child in you, who will feel incomplete all your life if you didn't do this now. You know, it's such a huge realize. I learned this 2012, and the results of that change, and that, you know, whatever I have been expressing, appreciating my mother. Whenever my father wants to talk, I'll give him time. Acha, haan, bolo pa. Kya baat kar. Now then, earlier he used to feel that, oh, मैं तो कभी time नहीं दिया, इसलिए अब किसी के पास मेरे लिए time नहीं है. He used to feel very guilty for that. Now he's like, yeah, I'll tell him, नहीं कोई बात नहीं, आप बहुत कुछ दिए हो. टाइम नहीं था क्योंकि आप पैसे कमाने में बिजी थे, आप ट्रैवल करते थे, आप इतना ये करते थे, तो कैसे देते टाइम. It's okay. Now you have time, right? And we can spend time together. I don't even say now you give me time. I just say that it's okay. The time that you didn't have then, now you have. We can talk now. Right? So, of course, it didn't happen in a night. I have done therapies to heal my relationship with my mother and my father. It doesn't, it, it's easier said than done. It has to come from inside. We have to work to recognize this. Yes, definitely what I'm saying today will make a difference, because after doing all those therapies, I have become that energy of gratitude for the two of them and for myself, for three of us. And that is why I'm beyond the title now. No judgment about them, no judgment about my father, no judgment about my mother, no judgment about me. First, when I don't judge them, then I don't judge me. In honoring them, I honor me. In gifting them something, I gift me. In receiving a gift from them, I receive me. And so today, when I say this, and whoever will listen to this will know, probably even without therapies, because I have become that energy that can shift and transform this like this. Because to be able to actually recognize this, it takes years. It takes sometimes a lifetime or maybe lifetimes, that unless we make peace with these two people on earth who created you, for whatever reason, good or bad, in whichever way, good or bad, did they do the best job or not? Were they horrible people or not? Doesn't even matter. What matters is, there is this universal parent about who's watching, that, oh, that person gave you this gift, you just kept it aside. That person gave you this gift, you just kept it aside. That person gave you this gift, you just kept it aside. And you're only complaining about what you didn't get. You're never being grateful about what you got. And until you, and what'll a person, if I'm the universal parent, I'll give you one gift and you'll just keep it aside, you'll still complain. I'll give you another, you'll just keep it aside and you'll still complain. I'll give you the third and you'll just keep it aside and you'll still complain. Will I give you the fourth? I won't, because you're not valuing what I'm giving. Isn't it? And then, until you realize it by a shock or a trauma or a pain or a extreme discomfort, you will never value it, and you will never get it also, and whatever you've got, you'll not be happy for that too. Because innately there is so much of discontentment, there's so much of incompletion, there's so much of unfulfillment. That hasn't changed, because I never thought that, I never looked at it like this. And then when I look at it like this, and when I start doing what I, recognizing that, oh, whatever I'm doing today is thanks to them not giving me that. And whatever I'm doing today is thanks to what they gave also, and what they still continue to give, dead or alive. They are still continuing to give because they are, they exist till you are alive. They are alive in you, whether in the physical body, whether they are there or not there. Until you are going to be alive, their legacy is still alive. Whether you have children or not who will carry forward, that doesn't matter. You are still carrying forward that, in a good way or a bad way. Now when you realize that, okay, fine, they gave me this, I'm grateful for that, and I'm going to create, I have been creating, and I'm going to create more other things which I'm capable of creating, and I will give that to them in my own way, in my own capacity. And then comes this moving beyond this triangle. And that, when you become that energy, you will still be sad when they will be gone, yet neither they nor you will feel this deep void. You'll feel fulfilled. They will feel fulfilled when they leave. They'll feel great when they leave. You will feel great when you leave, whenever you leave. So, does that mean the child who lost her parent and cried incessantly about what she couldn't do, is she wrong? No, she's not. It is just that it took that much of pain for her. She's not yet, of course, she hasn't yet realized. She will realize. Truly, she will realize when she becomes that big, as big as her father. It'll take time. But what is the idea here? Why am I talking about this today? I'm going to share this video with her. Whenever she's in a position to watch it, she will watch it. But I won't share it now because now she's in extreme grief. But there will be a time when she will be a little better, and then she'll be able to realize that, oh, my father is still here. He's alive in me. And I can honor that part of me that is a gift of him. My mother is here with me, and I can honor her being alive, and and not make this so significant that I forget to look at her. And if not look at her from a space of, oh my God, now what? No, but look at her from the space of who she has been. That she alone is brilliant. He alone is brilliant. And I alone am brilliant. Without this, for that to transcend this triangle, I have to first make peace with this triangle, just the way it is. This is beautiful. This was meant to be. I only chose in the soul level to be born to these two people, these two beautiful people. And whoever they were, whatever they were, I had to learn to make peace with this. And now that I have made peace, now there's going to be a different life. Now there's going to be a life full of everything that I want. And now I will feel actually abundant, because abundance is not about what you have and what you don't have. Abundance is about feeling gratitude for everything that you received, not just from your parents, from this world, from you, from God, from everything, from nature. That is abundance. And to be able to perceive this abundance and receive this abundance and live this abundance, we have to first heal this X that I didn't get. And that X that I didn't get, the moment I realize this, and the moment I say, okay, I am writing today, if I can't say to them, if I can't actually go and say to them, they are not here, or they won't listen if I say, or whatever, my relationship is bad with them, or whatever, if I sit and write it down on a piece of paper, that also will be my expression of my gratitude for what they gave and for what they didn't give. And then my life is going to be different. And then one day they will also give me that, in the human form or a spirit form, doesn't matter, but they will give me. They will give me because they will start receiving it from me in abundance, and then they will know, oh, because they always know whatever we receive, we have to give to our children. So when they receive it from you, they will give it to you as well. To be able to, it is like 2012 till 2021, 9 years. It took for them and me to come to a space of receiving it from them. So yeah, that is what it is. Let's do affirmations. Okay. So what am I doing here? Like every day when I'm making these conversations, I've learned all this in different classes. I've invested like lakhs and lakhs to learn these things, to heal these things, to become what I've become. And why am I distributing this? It is like this must reach out. People must know these things. Then they can choose to take therapies or learn more about this subject or do more, or just simply do what I'm telling now to do and change something. Maybe 10% of what is not changing. And for some people, just this conversation may be 100% change. For the people who are that receptive of what I'm saying, it just depends on how much are you willing to receive what I am gifting you. It has a lot of value in terms of money also. I have like invested so much time, so much money to learn all these things. And I know the value of it. And if you take it from me today, whatever, whatever, 1%, 10%, 20%, 50%, I vouch on it, I guarantee you, your life will shift. It will shift to another level that you cannot imagine. It doesn't matter what your age, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter whether you're a housewife or a professional, it doesn't at all matter. Nothing matters. It is just this recognition of this, I wouldn't even call it theory or concept, this fact of life, this fact of being born in the family that you were born, choosing the parents that you chose, choosing the life that you chose for you. In the soul level, when you came with some blueprint. You only decided what is going to be in my life like. And when you recognize this, it will shift. So today, let's affirm. Uh, Simply, I'm going to do a very simple soul temple. I invoke Master Kutumbi, who's the ascended master from whom these words souls temple were channeled. I invoke Krishna because Master Kutumbi was a devotee of Krishna, and his home was called Temple of People. And he used to sing Krishna bhajans and people used to get healed. I invoke both of them. I extend my gratitude to my teacher, Aatmn, for channeling from these people and sharing this journey with me years ago. And I'm grateful to myself for spreading this truth far and wide, wherever it has to reach to, whoever it has to reach to, however it has to reach to. My mother is my soul's temple. 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 All my judgments about my mother are my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother are my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother is my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother is my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother is my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother is my soul's temple. All my judgments, good and bad, about my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge my mother in a good way or a bad way is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from the eyes of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self judgments and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self judgments and the judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self judgments and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self judgments and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self judgments and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of the judgments of myself and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of judgments of myself and judgments of my mother is my soul's temple. My father 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 is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My need to judge my father is my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My judgments of me from the eyes of my father are my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go, no, first, my resistance to let go of judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of the judgments of my father is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgment and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. My resistance to let go of my self-judgments and my father's judgments of me is my soul strength. I am my soul's temple. 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 My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from my parents' eyes is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself from what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My need to judge myself for what they didn't see in me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. My resistance to let go of all judgments of myself and them and their judgments of me is my soul's temple. Expressing my gratitude. Okay. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that gratitude is who we are without any judgment is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my mother just the way she is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for my father just the way he is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Being grateful for myself just the way I am is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Instilling a bit of me in you is my soul's temple. Acknowledging that part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. Acknowledging some part of you in me is my soul's temple. In honoring you, I honor me. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring you, I honor me is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. Knowing that when I honor me, I honor my body is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the universal parent, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the universal parent, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the universal parent, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the universal parent, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the universal parent, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the supreme creator, is my soul's temple. My deep gratitude for God, the supreme creator of this universe, is my soul's temple. Knowing that in honoring me, I honor this gift of life given by God, is my soul's temple. knowing that in honoring me and my body, I honor this gift of life from God is my soul state. Knowing that in honoring me and my body, I honor this gift of life from God is my soul state. Knowing that in honoring me and my body, I honor this gift of life from God is my soul state. Knowing that in honoring me and my body, I honor this gift of life from God is my soul state. Knowing that in honoring me and honoring my body is my, I'm honoring the gift of life from God is my soul state. Knowing that in honoring me and honoring my body, I honor this gift of God is my soul state. Anyone wants to share anything? How are you feeling in this moment? Please.
Uh, Vandana, can I talk?
Yeah, please.
I'm so very grateful to you for this today's talk. It's really touched my heart, and I don't know how you catch my vibe. Since yesterday night I've been thinking about healing with my parents. Like my topic was a little different, but then this has helped me. So very grateful to you. My topic was how we mimic our parents and first it on our children. You know so the cycle continues,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I realized that for myself.
And when we heal ourselves, we automatically give our children the permission to heal themselves.
Yes, at the same time I just felt yesterday that I am immensely grateful to my parents. I love my parents, and it's been a very good equation with my parents. But the only thought that I got today was like when I'm that I never tapped my inner strength.
Yeah.
As long as they were there, I was only thinking always that my mother is my pillar of strength. And when she passed away, I had nobody to catch on, hold on to.
That is what
And
we live in the shadow of them all our lives. And that
yes,
is why we are never able to reach our highest potential. And until we reach our highest potential, we are not honoring their gift. It is not about out creating them, it is not about being under them. It is about, taking whatever we took from them and then creating our own life tree, the tree of life, full of fruits, full of joy, full of life.
believe me, my daughter tells me the same words. Mama, you're very strong, you're very powerful, you're not tapping yourself, fully. And when she talks, I hear my mother talk, you know.
Yeah.
I see my mother's words coming through her.
Actually, I think all children are our teachers. For me, my children are my biggest teachers. And when I
Yes.
say my children, now I have so many more children apart from the ones that I gave birth to. Like Shuchi, Abhi's friend who lost her father yesterday. How much of a creator of magnitude she is, because I started this whole program when she got COVID. In working with her, I got this idea, okay, let me do this. Now when she lost her father, I did this today. What has she been contributing just by being this vulnerable, crying girl who says, I don't know anything, I don't know what to do. Auntie, can you do something? Like yesterday morning also, she hasn't learned Access Bar, she hasn't learned anything that I teach. She's just staying with me for 3 months. She knows what Avni does because Avni keeps doing clearings in Soul's Temple and everything. So all her friends know what I do. But yesterday, sitting in the car early morning in such a state also, she's like, Auntie, can we do some clearing so that I reach home nicely? How much did she receive the gift of me? I felt received more than ever. That in such a state also she's trusting me that yeah, if I do something, things can. Though we did Soul Temple and despite that her father died, she didn't come and blame me. That क्या फायदा हुआ healing करके? पापा तो फिर भी चले गए. She didn't come and do that.
Mm.
She still said, Auntie, और क्या करूँ? And she thinks she's not strong enough. I told her, you don't even know the amount of courage that you have. You have not even tapped into it yet.
I was just looking at that Vandana when she said, "Or kya kar sakte hain? What else is possible?" I mean, in a way,
Yes.
she has done her own clearing. If you see, without even knowing
She's
it.
doing all of that because she's learned it from my daughter, and I acknowledge my daughter. Avni is this person who just by her presence heals people. She doesn't have to do healing. She's learned it, she's taken it from me, and she has immense gratitude. Why Avni can do this? Because she is one, she keeps telling Mama, I'm grateful for you. Dad, I'm grateful for you. To him, she'll tell. To me, she'll tell. And when she's angry, she'll express. Whatever it is, she'll express. She's this beautiful girl who will express all the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, just the way it is. Like she called after Shuchi's father died. Shuchi is her best friend. She called and she cried and she said, if you die now, Mama, I'm never going to forgive you. She did the same with her father. आप लोग मरे ना, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm going to be very angry.
You know, Shuchi bol rahi hu, Vandana. When I'm looking at you as Shuchi, sorry. Vandana, yesterday when I woke up in the morning and I logged in at 6:30, I saw nahi hai. फिर मैंने notice किया group पर that आज नहीं है Soul's Temple. And I was like, again, how does it get better than this? I went to the recordings and I picked up whatever just resonated at that moment. And
Yeah.
the mother ki recording, the mother and the parent healing, the mother and the daughter healing.
Yeah.
And I played that. And I was just crying the entire time. I was simply just crying the entire time. As to, it was again. And when I woke up and we started, I thoda late uthi main because I slept at around till 2 o'clock. My father-in-law wasn't well and we were trying to organize a concentrator for him. I uthi 6:30, but I had no energy to sit down because I didn't have a peaceful sleep at all. मैं आधा घंटे का snooze लगा करके वापस से उठ गई अभी. And then again you were doing the clearing of the mother. So I was like, I mean, probably that is what is the need of the hour right now.
It
All of
is.
us.
Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Mother Earth requires us to be grateful for her.
Yeah.
And when we are healing our relationship with our individual mother and father, somewhere we are strengthening our connection with the earth. All these people who are dying, we all lost our connection with the earth. That is why we don't want to live here. But Are we grateful for what the earth has gifted to us? Everyone wants to get out of the body. कि body बेकार है, spirit सबसे मतलब सब अच्छा है, spirit अच्छा है, आत्मा को शुद्ध करना है, शरीर का क्या? ये शरीर भी ये earth का gift है. We got to be grateful for this body. Without this body, तुम सारा spiritual evolution तेल लेने गया. क्योंकि जब तुम बीमार हो तो तुम सेवा नहीं कर सकते हो, तुम बैठ के पूजा पाठ नहीं कर सकते हो, तुम you know, like when you're unwell today, Sanju, you can't sit and attend Soul's Temple.
Yeah.
Only when you're well, when your body is fine, then you like to listen to all this and then you can do anything about it. So this evolution is not possible with an unhealthy mind and body. How important is this healthy mind and body? And how much less significance we've given to this. We've given significance to everything else. The misery of the earth, the money, the material, the this, the spiritual, the nirvana, the mukti. What about this body? And this connection with the earth, this beautiful earth that has been taking all the shit that humans have been giving it to it without complaining. And so when
Just as
we,
the way the mother does, for a child. कुछ भी होता
yes,
है, ये करती ही करती है,
exactly,
बच्चे
mothers
सब-
do it. But then when we heal our relationship with our mother and father, then we, earth and the sky, in shamanism, the earth is the mother and the sky is the father. So between the earth and the sky is this body, this me. How will I do justice to who I be unless I'm grateful for this and this? The I, right? In graphology, I, the line below and the line above of the I represents father and mother. Okay? So this I only can be beautiful and perfectly written when your relationship with your mother and father is beautiful and you've healed it. And that I will rise and shine when that is healed. And then only you can move beyond the I. To move beyond the I, first you have to come to the I and be grateful for the I, and then move beyond the I. Then know that, okay, there is no I. Simply spiritual preaching सुन के, प्रवचन सुन के हम सोचेंगे ईगो छोड़ देना है, ये छोड़ देना है, वो छोड़ देना है, दुनिया छोड़ देना है, मुक्ति प्राप्त करना है. पर छोड़ने के पहले जो है उसको जीना है. दुनिया छोड़ने के पहले इस जिंदगी को भरपूर जीना है, जिस भी तरीके से. जब तक उसको पूरी तरह जिएंगे नहीं, हम पूरी तरह मरेंगे. वापस आते रहेंगे, वापस आते रहेंगे.
Like you said, this is a gift from God, and I need to acknowledge.
Yes.
So very important to receive that gift first, and then go
And
to
live
another.
a life. Live a life that we feel great about.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, you don't have to be a healer. You can be anything. You can simply cook food and, feed your children all your life and feel good about it. Yeah, Shashi.
Is it important to heal relationships with dead parents also as much as living parents?
Of course, that is what I started my conversation with. You must see the whole video. Then you'll get the
Yeah.
answers.
Sorry, woke up late. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
My interesting question is about how to heal this relationship with siblings. That is also very important.
Siblings, that is what exactly when I was doing parents, I thought next topic should be siblings.
Yes, you catch my mind every time, Khandana.
It was just like, okay, अब इसके बाद siblings पे काम करना है, but that is later.
Yeah.
First this has to change.
And then with your children also.
That is, when you do this much, automatically children will feel better. Children don't require anything but for us to heal ourselves. The greatest gift a parent can give to the children is her or his own healing. For people who don't have siblings, it's okay. I mean, you can just heal your peer group, your friends. They are also like siblings.
So it's about
So,
healing your generations. If you heal
everything,
yourself,
your barabri
Yeah.
ke log, and then above you and below you.
Yeah.
Right? Above you, around you and below you. This is the triangle. If we want to transcend that triangle, above, around, and below, and become a full circle,
Wow.
we have to transcend this triangle. The mother, father, child, victim, victimizer, rescuer, above, below, around. We have to move beyond that comparison, criticism, complaining. And then we will truly live life in its own beauty, in its own essence, in its own glamour, in its own gloriousness, and everything that life is. To be able to recognize the beauty of this life and the gift of this life, we have to heal. There is no other choice. Here, there is no choice. Unless you heal these aspects, you'll continue to feel incomplete and ungrateful and this and that and everything. Once this is healed, then gratitude becomes your way of being. You don't have to do gratitude. You don't have to write abundance affirmations. You are abundant.
My immense gratitude to you, Vandana, for healing us day by day, peeling the layers and bringing us to ourselves.
I'm so grateful to Shuchi for who she is.
Yeah, no,
And God bless. I just can not stop praying and being grateful for her contribution to everything that this has created. She's not been on the calls, but what she has created, she also doesn't know. That is where we also don't know who we are. The unknown is not the metaphysical world. The unknown is those aspects of mind which I even haven't yet explored. There's so much more to me that I haven't yet explored. Am I willing to, when I say I'm willing to explore the unknown, then it includes the parts of me that are unknown to me. And then I'm going to live like 100 me, someday 1,000, and whatever, that infinite being, right? That. Thank you, people. And how is everybody feeling right now? Fine?
absolutely great. Lighter.
Thank you.
God bless you. Bless you, Vandana.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Thank you.